the capital of Sri Lanka's executive and judicial branches, and its most populous city is Colombo. The Brookings Institute estimates that 750,000 people live in the municipality of the Colombo metropolitan area, which has a population of 5.6 million. It serves as both a tourist destination and the island's financial hub. It lies near the Greater Colombo region, which also contains Dihawala Mount Lavinia and Sri Jayawardenepura Kotte, Sri Lanka's legislative capital, on the island's west coast. Although Sri Jayawardenepura Kotte is located inside the urban/suburban region of Colombo, Colombo is frequently referred to as the capital. It serves as both the district capital of Colombo District and the provincial administrative seat of the Western Province. Colombo is a thriving metropolis that is both contemporary and traditional. The traditional Sinhala term Kolanthoda, which means port on the river Kalani, is said to be the source of the name Colombo, which the Portuguese first used in 1505. According to another theory, the name Colombo Thoda, which means harbor with leafy/green mango trees, is a translation of the Sinhala word Colombo. This matches the account of the island written by Robert Knox while he was a prisoner in Kandy. On the west, he writes, the city of Colombo, so named from a tree the natives call ombo, which bears the mango fruit, growing in that place, but this never bear fruit, but only leaves, which in their language is cola, and therefore they called the tree Colombo, which the Christians in honor of Columbus turned to Colombo. Colombo was well known to Indian, Greek, Persian, Roman, Arab, and Chinese traders about 2,000 years ago due to its natural harbor. Ibn Battuta, a traveler who saw the island in the 14th century, called it Calampu. By the 7th century AD, Arabs, whose primary interests were in commerce, started to settle in Colombo, mainly because the port benefited their industry by way of controlling most of the traffic between the Sinhalese kingdoms and the outside world. The Sri Lankan Moor community here now is made up of their descendants. The topography of Colombo is a mixture of land and sea. The 65-hectare Beira Lake is located in the city's center, along with other canals. One of Colombo's most recognizable attractions, the lake has served as the city's defense for many years. It continues to be a popular tourist destination, with performances and regattas held on its banks. The Kalani River, which joins the sea at a region of the city known as the Madeira, which meaning river delta, forms the city of Colombo's northern and northeastern boundaries. According to the Köppen climate classification, Colombo has a tropical monsoon climate that is just shy of a tropical rainforest environment. The climate in Colombo is hot all year round. The typical maximum temperature from March to April is around 31 degrees Celsius. The monsoon seasons from April to June and September to November, when substantial rains occur, are the only times when the weather in Colombo significantly changes. Colombo experiences a negligible diurnal temperature variation. However, this is more obvious during the dry winter months when low temperatures typically reach 22 degrees Celsius. Over 2,500 millimeters of rain fall on average in the city each year. So far, the highest temperature recorded in Colombo City is 36 degrees Celsius. Likewise, the minimum temperature is 16 degrees Celsius. Located in the center of the city on the shore of the Indian Ocean, Gal Face Green is popular with both locals and visitors. On the southern end of this promenade sits the ancient Gal Face Hotel. One of the most significant temples in Colombo is Gangaramaya Temple. The temple's design combines elements from Sri Lankan, Thai, Indian, and Chinese styles. A city park called Viharamahadavi Park can be found close to the town hall and the National Museum of Colombo. It is Colombo's oldest and largest park and has a sizable Buddha statue. Many outdated locations and structures were transformed into contemporary public leisure areas and shopping zones as part of the urban regeneration initiative of the government of Sri Lanka. They include, among others, Old Dutch Hospital, Petta Floating Market, and Independence Memorial Hall Plaza. One of Sri Lanka's busiest and largest ports is Colombo Harbour. The colonial era saw the development of Colombo largely as a port city, with an artificial harbour that has grown over time. Inside the harbour, the Sri Lanka Navy has SLNS Ranghala, a naval outpost. There is a robust bus-based public transportation system in Colombo that is run by both commercial companies and the government-owned Sri Lanka Transport Board. In Petta, there are 3 main bus terminals: Bastion Mawatha, Central, and Gunasing-Hapra. Gunasing-Hapra and Central handle local services, while Bastion Mawatha handles long-distance services. As most trains are designed to convey people to and from cities rather than inside them and are frequently congested, there is a limited amount of rail service in urban areas. Yet the island's main bus and rail transportation hubs are the Central Bus Stop and Fort Railway Station, respectively. The city had tram services up to the 1970s, but they were terminated. Auto rickshaws and taxis are some more modes of transportation. While cab services are provided by commercial firms and are metered, three-wheelers are solely operated by people and are seldom regulated. The currency used in Sri Lanka can be known as rupees. Coming to Colombo under the price of rupees, you can eat a meal at a local restaurant for between 500 to 2,000 rupees per person. This may vary depending on the food you eat and your size and the respective restaurant. We are telling you the average values. As usual, 1 kilo of rice can be bought for between 200 to 300 rupees. A kilogram of local cheese costs around 3,000 rupees. You can get normal fruits for 500, 2,000 rupees per kilo. Next, when talking about the transportation charges, a one-way ticket is around 100 rupees and the regular price of a monthly pass can be obtained for between 1,000 to 1,500 rupees. Also, a taxi charges about 100 rupees per kilometer. Likewise, you can get a one-bedroom apartment for a month within the city for between 50,000 to 150,000 rupees. Outside the city the figure is less than 50,000 rupees. For a 3-bedroom apartment you will have to spend around 150,000 to 200,000 rupees. These mentioned values are subject to certain taxes and time-related rules and regulations and may vary slightly, but these values are average values. Because Colombo is the capital city of Sri Lanka and is very densely populated, the crime rate is slightly higher than other parts of the country. That is, the crime rate in Colombo is about 42%. While it seems safe for women to travel alone during the day, it is not so safe at night. In the last 5 years, the crime rate has been moderately increasing and petty crimes such as purse theft and gold chain theft are more common in the country. But we would like to remind you that Colombo is a city that you should visit with your safety in mind. We are always interested in bringing you the right information. However, we welcome that Colombo is a city that you must visit, beautiful local food, beautiful hospitality, and full of beautiful festivals. This city is a must visit for you.